Hey, what's up internet? Kid Atari here. I just want to let you all know that since YouTube is quite janky these days, if you're already subscribed to me, go ahead and click the bell icon next to the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and you'll never miss another one of my videos, since I can't seem to create an upload schedule. Okay, thanks, bye. EA.
Shepard did everything right. More than we could have hoped for. Saving the Citadel, even saving the Council. Humanity has the trust of the entire galaxy. And still, it's not enough.
Wow, it's almost as if our choices didn't matter. Seems to be a recurring theme throughout this series. Reading. So these are the Collectors, and we later find out that they travel to human colonies and mobilize humans and seize them for some sort of processing. So my question is, if that's their purpose, then why are they so intent on destroying the Normandy and killing everybody aboard it? Especially when the Normandy has Shepard, the most important person and the entire reason why they are capturing humans in the first place. There is a giant hole in the ship that is exposing the vacuum of space, and yet Shepard is somehow able to maintain gravity? Okay. Shepard's death. Stupid for a multitude of reasons. 1. It is completely pointless. They killed off the main protagonist within the first 10 minutes of the game for no reason other than shock value. They could have easily killed Shepard at the end of Mass Effect 1, have the Alliance recover her body, store her body in a secret facility for proper burial, have Cerberus infiltrate said facility through Shadow Broker intel, capture her body, bring her body back to a Cerberus facility, and let the Lazarus Project commence from there. Boom! My dumbass came up with a better explanation than what the game provided. 2. It is completely unbelievable. You mean to tell me that Shepard floated through the vacuum of space with a punctured suit, fell through a planet suffering atmospheric burns, crashed to said planet's floor at who knows how many miles per hour, and her body still remained intact? Get the fuck out of here, game. 3. It is illogical from a storytelling perspective. You kill the protagonist, and then immediately bring them back to life. What was the purpose? What was gained? I'll tell you what, absolutely nothing. And 4. Cerberus's logic. Not only was Shepard at odds with Cerberus and foiled a number of their plans from a side mission in the last game, but with the 2 years and 4 billion credits that they spent on resurrecting her, they could have trained an army to deal with the Collector threat before it even started. But they didn't. Because reasons. There is no sound in space. The Lazarus Project, a literal plot device. First-person point of view critical plot moments.
This pistol doesn't have a thermal clip.
Thermal clips. Gotta appeal to them traditional third-person shooter fans, cause why the hell else would you have this backwards-ass technology? I want to know what mental gymnast thought it was a good idea to map 4 different functions to the same button. Press X to run, press X to open a door, press X to hide in the cover, press X to vault over. How about you press X to go fuck yourself? Jacob.
You said they spent 2 years rebuilding me. How bad were my injuries?
I'm no doctor, but it was bad. When I first saw you, you were nothing but meat and tubes. Anywhere else, they'd have put you in a coffin. But Project Lazarus was different. Cutting-edge technology.
In other words, we created some space magic that completely reconstructs your body and brings you back from the dead. Hope you enjoy.
Should be some meta-gel in the first aid station on the wall. Hopefully there's enough to get him up and moving again.
Grab the meta-gel from the first aid station on the wall.
Well, thanks for reminding me, guys. I would have never known that there was some meta-gel on the first aid station on the wall.
A bunch of mechs won't drop Miranda. She's alive.
Then where is she? Why haven't we heard from her? There are only 2 possible explanations. She's either dead, or she's a traitor.
Then why did she wake me up and warn me about the attack?
Okay, maybe she's not a traitor.
Obvious flip-flopping liar is obvious.
Come on, through here. We're almost at the... Miranda, but you were...
Dead?
What the hell are you doing?
My job. Wilson betrayed us all.
Well, a whole lot of fuckery just went down right here. First of all, what's with Wilson's betrayal? You mean to tell me he spent all this time bringing Shepard back to life only to sabotage her and get her killed? Why? What, was he not getting paid enough? Was he getting tired of Miranda's Ice Queen shenanigans? Well, we're not gonna know because the son of a bitch is dead. Second of all, how does Miranda know that Wilson is the traitor? Did she actually see him reprogram the mechs and witness his betrayal firsthand? She never actually confirms it, she just makes a lot of assumptions.
He sabotaged the security systems, killed my staff, and he would have killed us.
You sure about that, Miranda? We've known Wilson for years. What if you're wrong?
I'm never wrong. I thought you'd have learnt that by now, Jacob.
And finally, no matter what you choose, why does Shepard just go along with Miranda and Jacob? Especially if you chose...
I don't care what they did or what you say. I am not working with terrorists.
Shepard, think back to the Citadel, after the Alliance saved the Destiny Ascension and you killed Saren. What happened next?
This option actually changes and doesn't carry over. Even though I chose Anderson at the end of Mass Effect 1, if I make the mistake of choosing Udina here, then Udina will be the one appointed as human counselor. Fucking bullshit.
And I don't know if the Reapers understand fear, but you killed one. They have to respect that.
Well, technically it was the combined efforts of the Alliance and Citadel fleets, but I'm sure it's not a big deal skipping over that little detail. The lack of armor and weapon customization. Seems like there was too much RPG in this RPG trying desperately to not be an RPG. I spy, with my little eye, a significant reduction in abilities to upgrade. Simplistic indeed.
What would you have changed?
To start, I would have implanted you with some type of control chip, but the elusive man wouldn't allow it. He was afraid it might affect your personality, alter your character somehow.
But if you're gonna resurrect somebody for a specific mission and you want to guarantee its success, why the hell wouldn't you implant them with a control chip so they obey your commands 100%?
Gotta hurt! Have a nice trip!
Collision proximity.
Regenerative health. I enjoy a good hacking minigame as much as anybody, but not every 5 to 10 damn minutes like there is in this game. Well, what do you know? This entire galaxy, and I just so happen to come across my old pal Tali, who is in the one human colony that I'm investigating. That's quite the convenience.
That mech's got heavy armor plating. Those Quarians never stood a chance.
This is gonna be one tough son of a bitch to take down.
Really? Because I could have sworn you said you could take a mech pretty easily earlier.
Worried about my qualifications? I can crush a mech with my biotics or shoot its head off at 100 yards. Take your pick.
You're not one of them. You're human. They didn't find you?
Good to know that humans are not the only ones who like to play the pronoun game.
What the hell is that?
My god. I think it's a collector.
I thought the collectors kept to themselves.
Wait, how does Shepard know about the collectors when they were never mentioned in Mass Effect 1? This is the first time we're learning anything about them.
I want to know more about the collectors.
Nobody knows much. They're so rare, a lot of people don't even believe they exist.
They're so rare, and yet you knew all this crucial information about them.
The collectors have advanced technology. They could have a weapon that disables an entire settlement at once.
We need to get this data to the elusive man. Grab the Quarian and call the shuttle to come pick us up.
What? Vitor is injured.
How did you hear that conversation?
I had my suspicions, but I needed proof. The collectors are enigmatic at best. They periodically travel to the terminus systems, looking to gather seemingly unimportant items or specimens, usually in exchange for their technology. When their transactions are complete, they disappear as quickly as they arrived, back beyond the unmapped Omega-4 relay.
Okay, so you just got done saying that the collectors are enigmatic at best, yet you know their routine and work of trade? Impressive!
Any ideas on why they've shifted their focus to humans?
If they're agents for the Reapers, it could be any number of reasons. Obviously, humanity played a huge role in Sovereign's destruction. That might have been enough to draw their attention.
Oh, really? What was that about Reapers not giving a shit about organic life?
We are eternal, the pinnacle of evolution and existence. Before us, you are nothing. Your extinction is inevitable.
Why is the Omega-4 relay unmapped?
You know, that's a very good question, Shepard. Because if we know about its existence and location, it should be mapped. That's kind of how mapping works.
You're holding something back. How do you know the Reapers are involved?
The patterns are there, buried in the data.
What data? You mean the data you conveniently spew to try to connect this game to the previous one?
I hate waiting, but I'll need a team. A good one.
I've already compiled a list of soldiers, scientists, and mercenaries. You'll get dossiers on the best of them. Finding them and convincing them to work with you could be challenging, but you're a natural leader. I'll continue to track the collectors. When they make their next appearance, I'll notify you and your team.
And that is Mass Effect 2 in a nutshell. Hire a bunch of random people, help them solve their daddy issues, and then you go out and fight the bad guys, without ever knowing how they're connected to the plot and why they're important. Oh, and we're gonna go fight the collectors without gathering any useful intel on them, like how many ships they have, what their weapons and defenses are, if they have a home world or not. Oh, and we're gonna leave the fate of the galaxy to 13 people, and not get any sort of help, even though Cerberus itself has multiple cells with soldiers and scientists and recon specialists.
Keep your list. I want people I trust. The ones who helped me stop Saren and the Geth.
That was 2 years ago, Commander. Most of them have moved on, or their allegiances have changed.
Which brings up an interesting point. Why is it that our former squad mates have grown and evolved as characters, and yet Shepard is still the same cut-and-dry soldier who takes orders from somebody else? How is this really Shepard's story, and in turn our story, if Shepard doesn't evolve and grow as a character? Seems like BioWare was screwing up things way before Mass Effect 3.
First, head to Omega and find Mordin Solus. He's a brilliant Solarian scientist. Our intelligence suggests he may know how to counteract the Collector's paralyzing Seeker swarms.
And how would Mordin know that when he doesn't have a Seeker Swarm sample to begin with? Come to think about it, how did we get a Seeker Swarm sample when we never came in contact with the Collectors? Remember, later on, Mordin develops a countermeasure before we get to Horizon.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
You've known me for like 2 minutes.
I'm sorry, Princess. Filet mignon and caviar coming right up.
Hey, there's Urdina with his shape-shifting abilities again.
So the man cleaning the toilets is also preparing the meals?
I wash my hands, most of the time, and I catch what falls through the cracks. Through the cracks.
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
You know something is terribly wrong when even the game itself is aware of its own shitty fetch quests. Throughout this game, you will have only about 3 to 4 options to choose from for your regular weapons, as opposed to 15 to 20 from the last game. Variety. What the hell is that?
Welcome to Omega, Shepard.
You know who I am?
Of course. We had you tagged the moment you entered the Terminus systems. You're not as subtle as you think.
Wait a minute, so are you saying my stealth ship is not as stealthy as it was designed to be? That's quite the advancement of technology you have on Omega.
Not many mercs would take a suicide mission for the pay.
Most mercs don't get an offer like the one Cerberus sent me.
Doesn't that contradict what Miranda said about Cerberus's finances earlier?
But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment. And a significant risk.
This god-awful shop system. Hey, you want to know what sounds like a good idea? Let's not give the player the option to buy new weapons and upgrade their equipment. You know, that basic RPG standard. No, instead, let's force them to buy blueprints so that they can assemble the upgrades themselves in the tech lab. Brilliant.
Sounds like you don't think much of the doctor in his clinic.
The Vorcha tried to muscle in. He gunned them down. Just like that. Pop, pop, pop. Didn't even use his mechs.
Then the Blue Suns heard he was sheltering humans and they went to burn down the clinic. He killed them too.
So this human is upset because Mordin does whatever it takes to help and protect humans. Makes sense. I see that Shepard still has shitty stamina. Balance continues to elude the game developers.
What can you tell me about this plague?
Advanced design. Suspected collectors before you mentioned them.
How did Mordin suspect the collectors when they were strictly abducting human colonies and on remote locations?
Collectors want plague! You work for Doctor! Turn on machines! Put cure in air! We kill you first!
So the collectors want the Vorcha to distribute a plague that kills every species except humans, and yet the Vorcha are going to kill humans to prevent them from distributing a cure to said plague. That's some fascinating logic there, buddy. The stay leave mechanic sucks in this game and needs to be more clear. When I choose leave, I thought it meant leave the damn clinic so that I could explore the rest of Omega, not leave Omega entirely.
Don't kid yourself, Professor. Humans still come first in the elusive man's eyes, but this mission is too big for them to handle alone.
And that's why they got Shepard to recruit 12 of the best random people in the galaxy, because that's gonna make all the difference.
The Collectors are abducting human colonists out on the fringes of Terminus space.
Not simple abductions. Wouldn't need me for simple.
He never said that they were simple.
We collected evidence from one of the missing colonies, Professor. We need you to analyze it and see if you can figure this out.
So was this before Freedom's Progress? Because the only evidence we collected there was Vitor's data. There were no Collector specimens that we gathered.
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade.
You mean Cerberus didn't already install these upgrades when they were building the damn ship in the first place? Segment does not contain a lap dance.
Who's next? Well, aren't you sweet? You're in the wrong place, honey. Strippers' quarters are that way.
Haha, get it? Because women don't know how to shoot guns. Even though this guy has women in his own mercenary group.
Bravo team, go, go, go!
Yes, Bravo team, go, 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 and march like turtles. Literal tower defense segment. Also, we get to fight 3 waves of enemies, the Eclipse, the Blood Pack, and the Blue Suns. Rule of 3 cliché is in full effect.
You're not worried I'm some imposter claiming to be me?
We have the best screening equipment in the galaxy. Those scanners can sample DNA from skin flakes.
So you have screening equipment that advanced, but you can't identify what a Geth is?
A few minor changes were made to reduce the risk of Geth infiltration. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Geth do not infiltrate.
You should leave your personal synthetic assistant at home. They're not allowed on public shuttles anymore.
Cortana?
Can we record it now? Just speak towards my console.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Do you have any games you'd like to trade in? You get 2 credits toward a new game.
Galactic GameStop. Inability to dance longer. Also, the Shepard Shuffle.
I've had enough of your disingenuous assertions.
Combo! We shouldn't be fighting. If we're going to stop the Reapers, we have to work together.
Ah yes, Reapers. The immortal race of sentient starships allegedly waiting in dark space. We have dismissed that claim.
Oh, logic, evidence, and competent characters. BioWare has dismissed that claim.
No one else encountered the hologram on Ilos that told you the truth about the Reapers. Only you and your crew ever spoke with Sovereign. I believe you. But without evidence from another source, the others think Saren was behind the Geth attacks.
Hey everyone, I have a solution. Since the Asari can meld minds with other beings, why doesn't the Asari counselor just meld with Shepard and then they can find all the proof they need? The Prothean Beacon, the Cipher, the Rachni Queen, the Thorian, the conversation with Sovereign. All the evidence you need to prove that the Reapers are real. Oh wait, I forgot. Competent writing wasn't on the checklist.
We are in a difficult position, Shepard. You are working for Cerberus, an avowed enemy of the Council. This is treason.
Funny, seeing as how you never mentioned Cerberus in the previous game. Hell, the only reason why Shepard knew about them was because of an investigation by Admiral Kohoku. So I'ma call bullshit on your claims.
Take your offer and cram it up your ass. I didn't need your help to stop Sovereign, and I don't need it now.
We've tried to be reasonable.
A tactic that has been misplaced. If your actions become a threat to the security of Council space, we will take action.
Oh, you mean like how you took action against the Reapers when I warned you about them throughout the entirety of the first game? I'm shaking in my boots already.
I'm surprised no one can tell Sovereign isn't Geth technology. Didn't they examine the wreckage?
We don't have much to look at.
So you're telling me this isn't much to look at? Planet scanning. Congratulations, BioWare, you managed to do the impossible. You created a game mechanic that actually makes me miss the Mako. Hell, if I wanted to be bored to death, I would have been better off watching a turtle run a marathon.
Probing Uranus.
That joke wasn't funny the first time I heard it.
What is Jador planning to do with all these Krogan?
Replace us, probably. I sure wouldn't want to see an army of them coming at me.
So when you count the Krogan rebellions and the plans Saren was creating on Vermeer, this technically marks the 3rd time that somebody has attempted to use the Krogan as an army to fight their battles for them. Either nobody learns from history or the devs simply ran out of ideas. Either one works for me.
You are different.
Hey, Krogan, eyes up here.
Never thought I'd say it, but I'm glad it's you shooting up the place. Sorry, Ranathanoptis.
You let me go when you destroyed Saren's lab on Vermeer? Had to outrun a nuke in a utility pod, but it's still a second chance.
Hey, Rana, I hate to break it to you, but it's not possible for you to outrun a nuclear explosion.
What is Okeer trying to do here?
It's complicated.
Rana, those are the words you should never use when describing any situation.
Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna run like hell before you blow the place or something. I know how you work.
Should have killed her. Too much knowledge without ethical boundaries.
I agree, Morden. Unfortunately, the game didn't give me the option to do so because it made the mistake of assuming that I give second chances.
Shepard, you want information on the collectors? Stop her.
How could you offer Shepard information when you said it was consumed in your prototype?
I may have information for you, but the tech was consumed in my prototype.
Did the Krogan evolve, or did some of their scientists develop a treatment?
Krogan scientists? Never met Krogan scientist worthy of term.
Funny, seeing as how you just met a Krogan scientist in the previous mission, madman or not. Certain characters from the first Mass Effect are able to write you private messages, despite Cerberus channels being encrypted, and the fact that it's not public knowledge Shepard is still alive.
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
What are your thoughts about our mission?
I fight. Doesn't matter who for.
But you said you'd fight for me!
I'll fight for you.
Can you tell me about Jack?
Cerberus hasn't told you? Jack is the meanest handful of violence and hate I've ever encountered.
Remind me again why obtaining Jack is essential to this mission, especially when she hates Cerberus. Why would you recruit somebody who is crazy, excessively violent, immature, and clearly doesn't trust anybody? That's like recruiting me when I was 14 years old on your team.
My apologies, Shepard. You're more valuable as a prisoner than a customer. Drop your weapons and proceed into this open cell. You will not be harmed.
The Warden actually thought this plan was going to work. Yes, I'm going to trick the heavily armed, now famous Commander Shepard and her squad mates into my little trap. How deliciously diabolical my plan is. The law of NPC relativity. Jack is able to destroy these 3 Emir mechs in this cutscene, yet when you get to actual gameplay, she'll barely be able to take care of herself with a husk. But that can be said for a lot of characters in this game. Shepard and company appear here, then appear right behind Jack not 20 seconds later, even though Jack has had quite a head start with her escape.
She's destroyed Cerberus property and killed Cerberus people. Hence the bounty.
You die first.
I'll give you full access.
Shepard, you're not authorized to do that.
Oh, it upsets the cheerleader. Even better.
Welcome to the Normandy, Jack. I'm Miranda, Shepard's second in command.
Formal introductions after a hostile confrontation. Air quotes.
The elusive man wishes to speak to you in the debriefing room, Commander.
Change of plans, Commander. Urgent message coming in from the elusive man.
And here we have one of the biggest problems of the game. You can no longer play at your own pace and progress the story as you see fit. After a certain point, it'll be mandatory for you to meet the elusive man in the debriefing room and carry on to the next main mission. And whatever you missed out on before, tough shit, sport.
One of your former crew, Kaidan Alenko, is stationed on Horizon.
The Collectors just happened to pick a colony with one of my former crew. I don't buy it.
And neither do I. How would the Collectors even know that Kaidan was part of your crew and a close ally, especially if Shepard had been dead the previous 2 years?
Lilith, we've got a problem.
Still can't calibrate the targeting matrix?
Those defense towers are useless if we don't figure it out.
So if all you needed to do was fix the defense towers, then why didn't you send, I don't know, engineer to fix them? What qualifications does Kaidan possess that I'm not aware of?
Assuming control.
The birth of a meme.
No. They got Lilith. I saw her go down. Sten, too.
Lilith? Sten? Haha, Dragon Age references.
Damn it, it's the Alliance's fault. They stationed that Commander Alenko here and built those defense towers. It made us a target.
Wait a minute, so if the Alliance is building defenses on Horizon, and Horizon is a colony in the Terminus systems, that means the Alliance is directly involved with the Terminus systems. I thought they wanted to avoid that sort of conflict in fear of sparking a war with the Terminus systems. You don't think building massive AA guns is considered a threat?
Damn it, it's the Alliance's fault. They stationed that Commander Alenko here and built those defense towers. It made us a target.
Which brings up another interesting point. If the Alliance is trying to build defenses for a small human colony, then that would indicate that they are aware of the Collector abductions. So if that's the case, and the Alliance is aware that Shepard is investigating the Collector abductions, then why would they chastise her instead of working with her? Other than herp derp, Shepard is working with Cerberus. Either way, none of this is explored or confirmed, so I'm counting it as a sin.
Got any other helpful tips?
Just one. Enemy reinforcements are closing in. I suggest you ready weapons.
Literal tower defense segment.
Commander Shepard, captain of the Normandy, the first human Spectre, savior of the Citadel.
Wait a minute, how did you avoid getting collected? You were one of the first people the Collectors immobilized.
It's been too long, Kaidan. How have you been?
Is that all you have to say? You show up after 2 years and just act like nothing happened.
Here's another stupid and pointless moment in the game. No matter what you say or try to convince, your former squad mate is going to view you as an enemy. They are going to completely disregard everything that you did in the first game and the fact that you're searching for the Collectors who have been abducting human colonies simply because you're working with Cerberus. Even though Shepard was clinically dead and Cerberus is responsible for bringing Shepard back to life. Forced bullshit conflict I detect indeed.
But now we've got reports about you and Cerberus.
Reports? You already knew?
Alliance intel thought Cerberus might be behind the missing human colonies. I got a tip this colony might be the next one to get hit. Anderson stonewalled me, but there were rumors that you weren't dead, that you were working for the enemy.
Gotta love how Cerberus is labeled as the enemy when we were all nearly killed by a massive ancient machine at the Citadel in the end of the last game. I'm guessing everybody's memory is worse than mine.
I wondered if you had something to do with that attack. Kaidan said the Alliance got a tip about me and Cerberus.
I released a few carefully disguised rumors that you might be alive and working for Cerberus.
I see. What were you trying to prove?
I suspected the Collectors were looking for you, or people connected to you. Now I know for certain.
So if the Collectors were looking for somebody connected to Shepard, then why didn't they take them and possibly use them as leverage? Wasn't that the whole point of going to the colony in the first place? I'm all for the booty, but damn, can you be a little bit more subtle? I'd hate to be in the same room as the mouth-breathing pervert who programmed this. Zoom in any closer and we'll be staring at Miranda's rectum. These blue suns have stormtrooper aim. Zaid is literally right there in front of them.
If we keep up the pressure, no way he's getting out of here alive.
Why is this an option when there was no indication that we came here to save people? The whole point of Zaid's loyalty mission is to help him get rid of Vito. Artificial morality, I detect indeed. The unflinching walk cliche.
Take it I'm wearing this getup for a reason?
You'd look really out of place at a society party in armor.
Says the woman who looks like she came straight out of the Thieves Guild.
Enjoyed the party.
Well, that didn't go as I expected.
Any idea why he'd send you away?
No. We've never seen each other in person, and no one knows what I look like.
I mean, it couldn't possibly be due to how you're dressed, which is funny, seeing as how you just told us we would look out of place in a suit of armor.
Very nice.
Wait, so the vault door just disappears? The fuck?
I have clearance to go in.
On whose authority?
I have authorization from Chief Rowe.
Okay, 1 second. Chief Rowe, Samuels. Have you given access authorization to Mr. Hawk's private rooms?
They have access, Samuels. They'll stop bothering me.
Notice how Kasumi says they have access and never specifies exactly who has access. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Hawk.
Fears of an uncontrolled plague in the streets of Omega have been laid to rest, as the disease is now under control.
There goes the recap radio again, reminding me of all of my successfully completed missions just in case I forgot. Because after all, the galaxy revolves around Commander Shepard, right?
And now you're back, gunning for the Collectors with Cerberus.
That's not exactly public knowledge.
Neither is you being alive, Shepard. Information is my business now.
What about you, Liara? I could use your help on this mission.
I can't, Shepard. I'm sorry. I have commitments here, things I need to take care of.
So Liara seems to know all about Shepard's mission and later on confesses to giving Shepard's body to Cerberus 2 years ago. But now she refuses to join Shepard and help her take down the Collectors because of some commitments that she never specifies. So Liara risked everything to find Shepard, gave her body to Cerberus so that they could bring her back to life, and now that Shepard is embarking on a suicide mission, she somehow has commitments? I guess priorities do change.
Conrad, let me make this perfectly clear. This is not acceptable.
Oh, my foot! You shot my foot!
That shot barely grazed you, you big baby.
Since you're not firing yet, I trust you know who I am.
What do you mean not firing at you? They were doing just that as soon as you arrived.
Wait, Miranda, you said she was your twin sister.
It's complicated, Shepard. We share the same DNA, just not the same birthday.
Then she's not your twin. The whole point of being a twin is being born at the same time. Invisible Shepard?
Unless you want things to get ugly.
The Eternal Screech.
Come on, Niket, let's finish this bitch off and get out of here.
Take your best shot.
I was just waiting for you to finish getting dressed. Or does Cerberus really let you whore around in that outfit?
I like her. Are we still recruiting?
Enemies hitting you even though you're behind cover. Oriana looks nothing like Miranda. Identical twin my ass.
I've got nothing more to say to you. If you shoot me, my team's right...
How about goodbye?
The merc found us and shouted at us to move. We panicked, and he shouted more. I thought he was going to kill us, then his head just exploded. Talon picked up the merc's gun, but we were too afraid to leave. Then you showed up.
A perfect headshot with no collateral damage. Very impressive.
Exploded head and headshot with no collateral damage do not coincide with each other. Hey, Nasana, you're looking quite different from when I last saw you. Did you get plastic surgery by any chance?
Don't know about you, but I'm loyal to more than my next paycheck.
What's your concern?
I don't like mercenaries. An assassin is just a precise mercenary.
Well then you, Jacob, are a precise idiot. Half the damn squad is made up of mercenaries and assassins.
An assassin is a weapon. A weapon doesn't choose to kill. The one who wields it does.
Well, if that's the case, then who chose for you to kill Nasana? We were told you were working that job on your own accord.
Do you know anything else about Thane?
Not much. He did say that he's not doing the hit for money. Nobody hired him. I wanted to know who I was helping, and he said he's doing this job on his own.
This beacon has been unattended for several maintenance cycles.
Then how was the distress call made in the first place? Especially when Taylor's camp is not far from this location. Hey, Morden. You, all right there, buddy?
I'll get you something nice when we get back to Alliance Space. I've gotta have some back pay coming.
What about your crew, acting captain?
Total loss. The toxic food turned them wild.
Who knew that Lee was a dick all along?
Alliance ships are inbound to pick up survivors, Commander. We can be long gone by the time they get here.
Except that I said we would bring in Cerberus ships, not Alliance ships.
We can help these people. Cerberus can have ships here in days and pull everyone out.
Well, never thought I'd see some vehicle platforming in Mass Effect, and I quite like it, so I'll take off a sin.
My people's deaths are on your hands.
Whose deaths are we talking about exactly?
The mother of my daughters was killed on the Quarian homeworld during the initial Geth uprising. My daughters died on the Citadel when the Geth attacked. One worked in the embassy. The other was a greeter for the consort.
So if it's the Geth who are truly responsible for the death of your family, then how exactly is that my fault? Misplaced hate makes disgrace to races.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm taking my goods to Omega, Detective.
The victim was your business partner, and I'm not ruling you out. I'll let you know when you can leave. Find me in the station if you need me.
Officer doesn't detain a suspect in the holding cells while she's investigating.
Tell me what I need to know, and I will be gone from here. Where did you send her?
You think I'd betray her? She would hurt me in ways you can't imagine.
Playing the pronoun game.
I was trying to convince her to leave with you, but Justicar's in their code.
The detective has been ordered to detain me. I can't force her to disobey an order.
Asaria's stupid. Your code just means you kill her tomorrow instead of today.
Grunt would be great at GamingSins.
A moment ago, you refused to give up your investigation, but now you'll swear to follow me?
If I stay, I will be compelled to kill many innocents to escape incarceration.
Funny, seeing as how your code demands you protect the innocent.
They live by a complex code that compels them to punish the wicked and protect the pure.
You're full of shit, Samara. Shepard is holding the Carnifex hand cannon in this shot, but when she actually shoots Elnora, she's firing with a Locust SMG. This is the closest thing to teabagging as you're gonna get in this game.
Wasea will tear you apart. Take a nap, you'll feel better.
Are you mad? I'm unstoppable. Feasting on her biotic-rich blood will be the last... But... Great Wind... Biotic God... What was I saying? I'm... tired. You... may be right. Yes, I'm tired. I'll nap. Destroy the universe later.
Useless.
Anyway, thank you, Shepard.
I never told you my name was Commander Shepard. Escape from a collapsing building cliche. Hey game, I'd appreciate it if you didn't clutter my screen with a bunch of icons and be a little bit more organized. Okay, thanks, bye.
Shepard, we caught a break. I intercepted a distress call from a Turian patrol. They stumbled onto a collector ship beyond the Corliss system. The Turians were wiped out, but not before they crippled the collector vessel.
Obvious lie is obvious.
Why would the collectors just leave a pile of bodies lying around?
Why would you embark on a mission in space with practically no suit and armor?
That can't be good.
What? The disabled collector ship turns out to be a trap? Never saw that one coming.
I know you feel this. My attacks will tear you apart. If I must tear you apart, Shepard, I will.
Man, Harbinger isn't even trying to be subtle anymore, is he? Joker flies right in front of the main gun of the collector ship while escaping. You fucking fool.
I can't dodge this guy forever, Edie. Get us the hell out of here.
Specify a destination, Mr. Moreau.
Anywhere that's not here!
So you wouldn't mind if Edie transported you in front of a red sun or the fringes of dark space, right? You couldn't think of any other destination, like, I don't know, any planet that you've been to before?
Cut the act. You set us up and you better have a damn good reason for it.
We needed information on the Omega-4 relay. That required direct access to collector data. It was too good an opportunity to pass up.
Okay, but why lie about it? This is the second time you've deliberately falsified information to Shepard just to gain data on the collectors. All you're doing is basically confirming every fear that everyone else has about Cerberus and giving Shepard more reason to distrust you. Not a good plan.
It was a trap, but I was confident in your abilities.
So, you unnecessarily risked Shepard's life because you were confident in her abilities? That would make sense if this was a test suicide mission, but since we didn't use every member on the squad, that's not the case. Your logic is a fallacy.
You could have told me the plan. You say I'm important, but you sure try hard to get me killed.
I needed the collectors to believe they had the upper hand. Telling you could have tipped them off in any number of ways.
How? The first half of the mission was literally just us making our way to the command console.
The weapon was defunct, but it helped us plot the flight path of the intended target, a 37-million-year-old Derelict Reaper. We found it damaged and trapped in the gravity of a brown dwarf.
Okay, stop the presses. This revelation is mind-boggling for one specific reason. This discovery completely overshadows the entire plot of this game. The whole point of this game is to stop the collectors, but the overall point in the entire trilogy is to stop the Reapers. Well, here's a derelict one, and we do absolutely nothing with it. We don't take any photos of it, we don't record any video of it, we don't inform the Alliance about it, we don't collect data to prove to the idiotic council once and for all that this isn't a Geth creation because it's 37 million years old and the Geth weren't even created back in that time? Absolutely nothing! So I'm gonna award 10 sins for this unbearable stupidity.
Didn't you say you'd pick up her trail after our mission?
I know where she is, right now. In a month, she may be gone. This is the best opportunity I've ever had.
But you swore an oath to me. My wishes are your code, remember?
By the code, I will serve you, Shepard. Your choices are my choices. Your morals are my morals. Your wishes are my code.
This is Project Overlord, an attempt to gain influence over the Geth by interfacing a human mind with a VI. The results have been less than satisfactory.
You think? Didn't the Quarians try to take control and influence over the Geth and it ended up backfiring on them? What makes you think you're going to be any different? Shepard unable to perform a biotic charge when a target is in plain sight.
Shields! Can't get a lock! Can't target them!
Mass Effect suddenly turns into Tron. Also, how is Shepard able to interface with the rogue VI's systems when she doesn't have any sort of Geth implants? Unless, of course, Cerberus integrated some of those implants when they were rebuilding her, and that's how she's able to perform these tasks. Well, there's a can of worms that won't be explored. Hey look, there's video game cliche number 17. A final boss, or in this case, the final boss of this DLC, can never defeat you on their own. They must send their minions to assist them.
Damn it. Quick! Shoot them! Shoot them, you lumbering
Too slow.
Apparently, a single gunshot is enough to kill a mighty Krogan.
Garrus, do you really think killing Sidonis will make things right?
I'm surprised you'd ask me that. You're the one that taught me killing was the best solution.
Only when there's no other option. You still have options.
Wow, I'm impressed, game. I didn't expect a minor detail like that from the first game to carry over into this game. Exceptional work. I'm willing to take off a sin for it. Unopenable doors.
He pays you off.
Bribing.
It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on Election Day.
Follow mission in a Mass Effect game.
It sounds like you're carrying some tension. Maybe I could help you get rid of it.
I didn't think you'd feel like sparring, Commander.
What if we skipped right to the tiebreaker? We could test your reach and my flexibility.
Oh, I didn't. Never knew you had a weakness for men with scars. Well, why the hell not? There's nobody in this galaxy I respect more than you, and if we can figure out a way to make it work, then... yeah.
Okir is a very old name. A very hated name.
He is dead.
Of course. You're with Shepard. How could he be alive? There's nothing wrong with him. He's becoming a full adult.
Adolescence? Can't we just take him to Omega and buy him a few dances?
Whatever the fuck this is. Explosive crates that only exist to advance the gameplay.
Please, Professor, you wrote a paper on this. Forced behavior modification always results in mental degradation. Whether from Reaper indoctrination or drugs, test subjects always lose higher cognitive function.
Wait a minute, how do you know about Reaper indoctrination? The only people who had extensive knowledge of it were Rana Thanoptis and Saren. Saren's dead, and Rana was on Corliss the last time we saw her. Vigil has knowledge of Reaper indoctrination, but it's no longer functional. The only way Solarian STG would have gotten information on it is if they obtained it from the Shadow Broker, who had done deals with the Collectors, who are truly agents of the Reapers, and... wow, this got way more complicated than I anticipated.
Unacceptable experiments. Unacceptable goals. Won't change. No choice. Have to kill you.
Wait, you don't need to do this, Morden. You're not a murderer.
No, not a murderer. Thank you, Shepard.
This is the most ham-fisted Paragon interrupt that I've seen in this game so far. Wait, didn't Dragon's Teeth turn people into husks? Why are these people still human? Why is there a Cerberus logo on a Reaper ship? Hell, why is this whole level designed as if it isn't a Reaper ship? And why is there a decontamination chamber on a Reaper ship? A Geth somehow manages to get knocked out. I repeat, a Geth somehow manages to get knocked unconscious. I guess it's not broken, it just suffered a mild concussion. I absolutely love the fact that you can charge up a weapon and use a special ability while maintaining the charge of said weapon. That's a level of detail I don't see too often in video games, so I'll take off a few cents for it.
I'm sorry, I know that was important, but you perform Gilbert and Sullivan?
I am the very model of a scientist Solarian. I've studied species Turian, Asari, and Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics as a subset of biology because I am an expert, which I know is a tautology. My xenoscience studies range from urban to agrarian. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
Thanks for sharing what you've learned, Morden.
You know me, I always like to savor the last shot before popping the heatsink. Wait, that metaphor just went somewhere horrible.
Crap, doorway's blocked. Grab the demo charges in the buildings nearby. Use them to clear a path.
There is no reason as to why we shouldn't be able to jump over that blockage. But hey, at least you have some conveniently placed T4 charges that you can use at your disposal.
Squad Leader Cal Rieger, Migrant Fleet Marines.
The hero of Canton, the man they call Jay.
It's all fallen to pieces. The subjects are rampaging and Zero is loose. We're shutting Kelton down. What a disaster. We'll infiltrate and piggyback onto the Alliance's Ascension program.
Wait a minute, so was Cerberus planning a coup against the Alliance, or were they planning on working with them? If it's the latter, then that wouldn't make any sense because the Alliance already views Cerberus as a terrorist organization and wouldn't be open to working with them regardless of intentions.
I hired these mercs and came back almost a solar year ago. We're rebuilding it piece by piece. I'm gonna find out what they knew. How to unlock true biotic potential in humans. I'm restarting the Telton facility. It will be beautiful.
And how do you plan on restarting this facility without any personnel, or resources, or data, or equipment? Can you at least wait until you're far enough distance away from the facility before you blow it to smithereens? What an unnecessary hazard this is.
Our mission is too important to let personal feelings get in the way.
Fuck your feelings. I just want her dead.
What the hell is the point of Jack's loyalty mission if she's just going to continue to harbor animosity towards her fellow squad mates? Makes it feel like a complete waste of time.
Hey, Commander, good news. Looks like the Reaper IFF is finally hooked up and ready to go.
That is not entirely accurate, Mr. Moreau. The device is powered, but it is causing some unusual instability in other systems. I recommend a more thorough analysis before we attempt to use it.
We can't put our mission on hold forever. How long will this take?
Full scan? Who knows with this thing? Maybe you better take the shuttle for this mission.
And here we come to the absolute dumbest part of the game. This whole mission that they talk about is completely non-existent. There's no gameplay involved, no rhyme or reason, no logical explanation for it, no build-up towards it. This is literally a big old plot device to get Shepard and all the squad mates off the ship so that we could advance the main story. It's one of the dumbest design choices I have ever seen, so much so that I'm going to award 10 cents to it. So the whole point of this segment is for the Collectors to capture the crew of the Normandy and use them for their experiments. My question is, why would the Collectors bother capturing the Normandy crew in the first place? The Collectors have already killed Shepard once before, and Shepard has already thwarted their plans on Horizon. Hell, they tried to kill us earlier when they set a trap on their ship. So why the reluctance all of a sudden?
What? You're crazy! You start singing Daisy Bell and I'm done.
Haha, 2001 A Space Odyssey reference. So, Joker, about that brittle bone disease. Wait, how did the Collectors board in the first place? We never saw any shuttles, and we don't see any hull breaches afterwards.
Tali, you're accused of bringing active Geth to the migrant fleet. What say you?
Why am I speaking for Tali when I don't have all the evidence I need to make a case for? Hell, why is there even a trial when there's no evidence present for either side?
You think Tali's helping the Geth? Maybe killing a few dozen will prove her loyalty.
We do not accuse Tali of aiding the Geth cause. We accuse her of carelessness that endangered the fleet.
Then that shouldn't count as treason, which is what you're charging her with.
What did they get from our readings?
Damnedest things, just like they said. No way the Sun on Haystrom should have been acting that way.
So that dark energy theory is right. That's troubling.
You want to know what's even more troubling? The fact that this potential dark energy subplot will never be explored.
Haystrom was a war zone. How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think.
Ah, the MacGyver rule. A classic RPG trope. One that I surely don't miss.
Afterlife's VIP section seems a preferred hunting ground. You must go there alone and unarmed.
So the plan is to flirt with a highly evolved Ardat-Yakshi who is considered to be the bravest and smartest of all of Samara's daughters, on my own, with no weapons. Oh, Samara, you are such a genius.
My name is Morin. I've been watching you. You're the most interesting person in this place. I've got a booth over here in the shadows. Why don't you come sit with me?
So, 400 years on the run and being cautious, and I just grab your attention like that? Well, that was easy.
What do you think of the music here? Dark rhythms, violent pulses. It stirs something primitive in me. When I travel, I find myself drawn to dark, dangerous places. Do you know anything about art? It speaks to the darkest places in me.
Jesus, Morth, you might as well hold up a sign that says, "Hey, everybody, I'm a fucking edgelord. My heart and soul are blacker than the whole nation of domination."
Look into my eyes and tell me you want me. Tell me you'd kill for me. Anything I want. Don't count on it. But you... who are you? Oh no. I see what's going on. The bitch herself found a little helper.
Oh, so only now do you realize that you've been played for a fool. So much for being the bravest and smartest, I guess. Well, this is a rather odd choice. As much as I personally don't like Samara, why would I kill her? The whole point of this mission is to stop this murder-addicted sexual predator who's been a blight on the galaxy for the past 400 years. I mean, Morinth literally just tried to kill you. Why would you want her as a squad mate? Hell, if that's the case, we could have recruited Jacob's dad, or Koliot, or Malin, or Sidonis, or even Cal Rieger. So sin for inconsistency.
Shepard Commander, we concluded that destruction of this station was the only resolution to the heretic question.
Wait, what the hell is the heretic question? And since when was destroying the entire station part of the plan? I thought the whole point of this mission was to destroy a virus that the heretics made using a quantum storage device from the Derelict Reaper core.
The heretics have prepared a weapon that will rewrite all Geth to join the old machines, the Reapers. Over time, the virus will change us, make us conclude that worshipping the old machines is correct.
Why didn't you mention this before we came aboard?
We did not know the virus was complete. It is. It can be used against the true Geth at any time. Our arrival was timely.
Actually, I'll chalk that one up to convenience.
They're your people, Legion. You must have an opinion.
This is new data. We have not yet reached consensus. We will process as the mission proceeds.
But Geth process information much faster than organics. You even say so.
Consensus is achieved as data is disseminated.
That must take a long time.
It would for organics. We communicate at the speed of light. Shepard Commander, it is time to choose. Do we rewrite the heretics or delete them?
Why are you letting me make this decision?
Shepard, are you not aware that you suffer from main character syndrome? Every important decision in the universe you are in must be made by you, regardless of influence or perspective.
You don't have any trouble wiping out your own people.
Every sapient has the right to make their own decisions. The heretics chose a path that prohibits coexistence.
That doesn't make sense. If they have the right to make their own decisions, how can you suggest brainwashing them to accept your way?
Tali, we already established that treating the Geth like organics wouldn't make any sense. To do so would be considered racist.
No two species are identical. All must be judged on their own merits. Treating every species like one's own is racist.
How long will that take?
We think at the speed of light. In the time it takes you to voice a question, I can review all my time aboard Normandy.
Legion just referred to himself in the first person. That completely goes against his identification as a character.
What is the individual in front of me called?
There is no individual. We are Geth. There are currently 1,183 programs active within this platform.
My name is Legion, for we are many.
So, you spent the last 30 to 60 hours building up this romance. You're about to embark on a mission that most would deem suicidal. The wine is popping, the music is setting the mood. You're about to lay a big one on your favorite Turian and pop the proverbial heat sink, right? Right?
Shepard, I wish I had more information for you.
I don't like you heading through that relay blind.
You know, I completely agree with the elusive man. Despite the lack of intel we have gathered on the nature of our enemies, despite the lack of reconnaissance we have performed to ensure our survival, if we manage to complete the arbitrary loyalty missions, then we'll end up surviving anyway. Because reasons.
Reaper IFF activated. Signal acknowledged.
You know what? I just realized something. If the only way to get through the Omega-4 relay for a non-collector ship is to use a Reaper IFF, then how the hell did the other ships get through? What, did they find IFFs on a Derelict Reaper as well? I don't appreciate this lack of detail. And hey, look at that! Apart from a few oculi, the collectors don't really have that many defenses. No fighters, no dreadnoughts, no protection from an energy shield, no gravitational device to pull the Normandy into the black hole. Nothing along those lines. How convenient.
Fire the main gun.
Yeah, because firing upon a ship that is several times the size of ours couldn't possibly leave debris behind, and we just cleared a debris field. Oh, and this ship battle is not playable. But GCN, it's done in the name of Zong cinematic immersion. Yeah, this is a video game, little chap. I think I'd rather play it so that I get the sense of tension and stakes. Nice try, though.
Multiple core systems overloaded during the crash. Restoring operation will take time.
So, an AI and a crippled pilot are going to be responsible for repairing the Normandy, even though it took significant damage upon impact. And it'll work!
Looks like there are two main routes. Might be a good idea to split up to keep the collectors off balance, then regroup in the central chamber.
Splitting from the group plot cliche. Kelly dies, but only if you play it like an idiot like me. Okay, I made a mistake. Even if you complete everyone's loyalty mission, that doesn't guarantee they'll survive, because there is a stupid design flaw in this suicide mission. Say you had the tech expert and the secondary fire team leader. Even if you pick the right tech specialist, if you pick the wrong fire team leader, then the tech specialist will end up getting killed anyway, even though they have the necessary skills to get the job done. It becomes even more ridiculous if you bring Legion along as the tech expert, since he is tech, and he still ends up getting killed because you picked the wrong fire team leader. How would that have any effect on how well he does his job? Absolutely baffling mission design.
Jack and I will take a small team through the Seeker Swarm. The rest of you provide a diversion by going through the main passage. We'll open the security doors from the other side and meet you there.
Who should lead the diversion team?
Here's another egregious design flaw. Loyalty plays absolutely no part in this situation. Through sheer willpower and plot protection, the right character, either Jacob, Miranda, or Garrus, will become bulletproof. I wish I were making that up. And here we come to the point of the game that completely breaks the Mass Effect universe. The final boss is a giant humanoid Reaper. This is stupid for one specific reason. Why? Haven't we already established that the Reapers view organics as nothing but a genetic mutation, an accident?
Organic life is nothing but a genetic mutation, an accident. Your lives are measured in years and decades. You wither and die.
So what if humans who were instrumental in defeating Sovereign at the Citadel? That was one battle. You mean to tell me throughout the millions of years the Reapers have existed, they haven't come across one species that have defeated one of them? Get the fuck out of here, game. Obvious weak spots. There goes video game cliche number 17 again. A final boss can never defeat us on their own. They have to have their minions to assist them. I mean, I guess I could let it slide because I have a squad with me, but then I have to ask, what would an asshole do?
Human. You've changed nothing.
Why is Harbinger now calling Shepard human when it's been referring to Shepard by name throughout this entire game? And the Normandy takes off as if it never suffered any damage. Hip hip hooray. Obvious setup for a far inferior sequel is obvious. Mac Walters.